That's a bullseye. That's also a bullseye.
Well,
Darren,
welcome
we'll
back to Players' Championship 19 live from the Barnsley Metrodome. We are now moving into board final action. And it is James Wade, the number 6 seed here today, who is taking on the demolition man Darren Webster.
That's outside. Darren will throw first.
And it is the man from Norfolk, Darren Webster, who has the advantage of throwing first in this one. James Wade, multiple major champion. We've just seen the 5-time world champion Raymond van Barneveld dumped out in round 2. Admittedly, he did run into the 2-time world champ Adrian Lewis. But, you know, you don't play these events, you don't get seeded, then that's the danger. You can run into some big names very early on. Barney has work to do to be sure of his place in Minehead at the Players' Championship Finals when he returns tomorrow for the final Players' Championship event of 2016. This is a game from board 13 that we've plucked. The showpiece on board 13 brought over to showboard 1 as Webster needed to fill it up to get down to a finish, but the 135 puts a dent in the amount that is required. This will be a dent, though, won't it?
140.
It's under 40. Leaves 128. Darren Webster, former World Championship quarter-finalist. Treble 20 for Wade. Yes, bullseye for a break. Superb dart, James Wade. 128 checkout on the bull. Gets the first leg against the throw. And looks to consolidate that now. Both these guys having won 2 games already today. James Wade has only dropped 2 legs. He saw Brendan Dolan 6-1 in his opener and then beat Mick Todd, the man from Newark, 6-1. Darren Webster has just beaten Jermaine Watermainer before heading over to this board. His opening match saw him see off Christian Kist in a deciding leg. Of course, it's all Kist. Have a great run in Dublin. But James Wade, well, he started like an absolute train. Does have the better of their head-to-head meetings, just James Wade, as you would expect. You know, he's a man who's been in the top 10 in the world for years and years and years. Won 7 of their 10 meetings. However, the most recent one, the only time they've met this year, that was won by the Norfolk man, Darren Webster, edging him out 6-5 in Coventry back in May.
131.
Good setup from Webster, leaves the 170. We've already seen that today here on board 17, showboard 1. Raymond van Barneveld produced it.
60.
Still wasn't quite enough against Adrian Lewis in the end. Webster will have to go for it. First dart is there. Next dart is not.
92.
Hits the 12 as he goes for the bullseye. Wade with a very Wadey finish. 16 for tops for another ton-plus checkout. Double top for James Wade. It's there. It's such a Wade shot. Wading his way into a 2-0 lead. James Wade, the wadiest of all the Wades.
41.
128 on the bull. 116 on tops. It's just what James Wade does.
60.
First time these guys met was way back in 2004. UK Open. James Wade won it 8-7. They have had a lot of close meetings. James Wade does like a close meeting. Doesn't tend to smash people up all the time.
100.
But he has been smashing people up today. 6-1 against Dolan, 6-1 against Mick Todd. 2-0 up here on Darren Webster.
100.
terrier of a man is Darren Webster. Likes to make a nuisance of
60.
himself against the big names of world darts.
Ton
40 gets him down to 80. James Wade likes a dog as well. Don't think he likes a terrier. Got a new Chihuahua from Japan. Bought it last year, brought it back this year. Called Konnichiwa. Oh, 15. Tops.
40.
Well, not the standard route. Well, Wade's taken out 2 ton plus checkouts, but neither were as tricky as this one. And he's not going to take that out.
85.
Last time James Wade beat Darren Webster. As he takes out the double 10, it's 2-1. Yeah, the last time he beat Darren Webster was in Coventry on one of these Players' Championship events last summer. So it's pretty much 18 months since he recorded a win against Darren Webster. When he did, he went on to the final, only beaten by Peter Wright. But there's a 180 for the machine. Ooh, not quite sticking in the board for the Demolition Man. Oh, well, that's 4. 5. 6 perfect darts from James Wade. Back-to-back ton 80s to leave the 141. He had the 141 in the previous leg. Didn't even hit the first treble. If he can hit the 2 trebles, he'll get a dart for the 9 darter. 141 for James Wade. Not there. Not there. Just the 6. That isn't a bad setup, though. You will take a 10 darter any day of the week.
100.
So, James Wade for the best leg of darts we've seen on Showboard 1 today. And there it is, double top, 10 dart leg, superb stuff from the machine. He goes into a 3-1 lead.
60.
Well, he looks in the zone today, James Wade.
135.
Say it is rare that you see him consistently beat up opponents, winning by absolute streaks. He just seems to lose focus and lose the intensity level sometimes when things are coming too easily to him. But he does look very focused today. And bearded. Not suggesting
55.
those two things are linked. Ton 40 for Webster, but only 70 points clear. And Wade is going to chip into that and go past it and go a long way past it. James Wade not quite down to a finish, but Darren Webster has work to do. Needs another one of those minimum. Ton is not enough. Ton 40 might be. Still in there fighting Darren Webster. He is a battler. Wade is going to be handily placed. Very handily placed indeed. It is another magnificent setup shot from the machine. Leaves himself double top. Webster treble 19. Gets the treble. Double 12 might have to go. Doesn't go, just misses outside. James Wade for another break of throw and a 4-1 lead. Tops he wants. He's hit it twice already. Down for double 10. He doesn't miss double 10. He's James Wade. He does not miss double 10. 4-1 to Wade. Darren Webster staring down the barrel. Over on the other show board, Simon Whitlock has already dispatched Mervyn King in his board final. When it's 6-0, my colleague Chris Murphy probably doing awful puns through that game. Mercifully, it was a short one. He won't have done many. But it does mean that Whitlock, the man who won the last Players' Championship event in Dublin, He awaits the winner of this one here. Right now, it looks as if it's going to be James Wade. And with Wade in this kind of form, 6-1 win against Brendan Dolan, 6-1 win against Mick Todd, 4-1 up and playing very fluent stuff here against Darren Webster, although Webster has stolen a march on him in this leg.
100.
Well, what a match that could be. Not done and dusted yet, though, and Darren Webster is not going to give up. I can assure you of that. He's a man who's battled back from injury and all sorts, had serious questions about whether he'd be able to throw darts properly again. He had acupuncture in his back and his shoulder. Over in East Anglia, where he
60.
lives and works, he does a lot of... Well, he's a boss, really. He gets a lot of grunts to do manual labour, but he's not shy of getting stuck in himself on various building sites.
100.
That's why he's known as the Demolition Man. Leaves himself 81. Wade is going to set this up again, isn't he? He is going to set it up very well. 66 left. Treble 14, will it be? That's what he was looking at. Oh, 74, so it has to be... Oh, well, he's gone double-double. Treble 17 for double top was the route, but he missed the 17, and that means Wade comes back. 12 for double top. And I'm not sure you can afford to give James Wade in this kind of mood any darts at double. Certainly not double 10. 5-1 Wade. Webster on the brink, and this is very, very impressive from the machine.
100.
Webster hasn't done a lot wrong, but Wade has just given him nothing. From the very first leg with that 1-2-8 check out on the bull, he followed it up with another ton plus. He was on the 9 darter in the fourth leg. On tops and tens, he has been lethal. That is what you expect from James Wade playing at his best, and if he continues to play in this vein, then quite frankly, he could easily go on and win today, tomorrow, and all sorts of things over the next few weeks and months. He is going to be at the European Championship, of course, James Wade. He is going to be at the Grand Slam of Darts. Of course, Wade, former finalist at the Grand Slam of Darts. That incredible game with Scott Waits, where it looked like he was going to go and claim the title. Somehow Waits just came back at him. Waits is going to be there as well. Bullseye now?
145.
Well, he was looking for the ball to leave tops. Darren Webster, he does get down to a manageable finish. These are the sorts of positions where normally Wade just thinks, oh, I'm probably not going to win the leg, and it's just a lack of intensity.
140.
But not today. Not today. He leaves 101. Webster, he's at least being asked the question. 65. Yep, tops for Webster for 5-2. He stays alive. Good finish from Darren Webster. It is 5-2, but he has to win the next 4 legs. And James Wade, well, he'd not conceded more than 1 leg going into this match. He looks pretty determined not to concede any more than 2.
$136.
For a third maximum,
140.
just the ton 40. Good enough right now, given the context of the game. Webster being forced to hit something big. And something big is what he does hit. That's his first maximum. Still not down to a finish, and Wade knows, well, what are the odds on a 140 here? Maybe a 180.
140.
And Wade leaves 1-2-1. He's already taken out checkouts of 1-2-8 and 1-1-6. Webster is going to be very handily placed.
105.
Leaves himself 80. But it is such a Wade checkout, this. A very Wade checkout. 11s. Bullseye, or is it double 14? I'm not sure. He's hit the treble and he misses the match dart at double 14. Webster being forced to take this out. 80 he wants. He's only going to get 1 dart at double top. Double top for Webster to stay alive.
misses high. Wade returns to the board. Double 7 to complete a 6-2 win. He's only lost 4 legs so far today. James Wade wins his board and goes through to the last 16. He faces Simon Whitlock. He is playing superb stuff, is the machine. So is Whitlock. We have a game on our hands.